Hey guys, Solomon here. Welcome back to Let's Play Prison Architect. Since last time, I've saved up more than enough money for the next major expansion to my prison. In addition, I also found the time and resources to improve my prison in a few small ways. So, before we jump into that expansion, let's take a look at what I've done since last time. So, the first thing I did was hire a lot more guard dogs, so now I have 6 of them. The reason I want 6 of them is because I've set up 3 different patrols for which I want 2 guard dogs each. The reason I want 2 guard dogs per patrol is because the time it takes for a guard dog to recover its stamina from an exhausted state is a little less than the amount of time it takes for it to use up all of its energy. So if you have 2 guard dogs per patrol, you should be just fine. So let's take a look at the patrols I've set up. I'll just pause the game here so I don't lose a little bit of progress here. So the 3 patrols I've set up are as follows. The one I set up before from last time, except I've actually pulled it down now so it's not surrounding the entire prison. The reason for this is because, as I found out, all prisoners will try to dig a straight line from their cell to the nearest unfenced off area in the prison. So they're going to try to make the shortest tunnel possible to escape. So, for that reason, they're not going to be trying to dig very far this way, and they're not going to be trying to dig very far up this way either. When I add more jail cells along here, I'm probably going to have to expand this around to the western wall as well. But for the time being, this should be more than enough for now. Even now, maybe I should even bring this in later, but oh well. So that's the first patrol route. The second one I set up is just a single stationary post right here, so that whenever the prisoners pass through this area, the guard dog will actually sniff for them. Because this is one thing about guard dogs that I forgot to mention last time, is that they're actually capable of checking for contraband. So just to take a quick look at that, the way contraband is actually sorted is by 3 main categories. Either they're made of metal, like tools, they are smelly, like drugs and booze, well, not booze, oddly enough, or they are neither smelly nor metallic, such as certain luxuries like the mobile phones. Dogs can detect smelly objects, and because metal detectors can only detect metal objects, if you want to tighten up the contraband in your prison, you definitely want guard dogs. So that's why I set up 1 patrol down here by the cells, because all the prisoners are going to have to pass through this area in order to stash anything inside their jail cells. The other patrol I set up is here by visitation, the janitorial closet, and the infirmary, because these are 3 locations where prisoners can also get smelly objects from. However, whenever I'm getting new prisoners into my prison, I will, on occasion, change this route so that he hangs a little closer to the entrance here, just so that we can get a search posted on any prisoners sneaking in smelly contraband. So that's just kind of what I've done concerning dogs and contraband there. Speaking of contraband, as you might have noticed here in the contraband menu, I've been having a bit of a contraband problem. And that's mainly because of a major flaw, well, 2 major flaws, I should say. Why is this guy's... What is this? A dog bite. What is... I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, as you can see here, my inmates have been caught smuggling a lot of tools around. And yeah, trust me, it's a little ridiculous, and this is because I made a really huge mistake with my workshops. You see, in creating a second workshop, well, even just having the original one here, although I did double the income I get through the prisoners, because they're not behind metal detectors, and everything you can get out of contraband from these rooms is metal, basically, this is a source of contraband that is completely unchecked. So that is a big mistake there. There is also another form of contraband smuggling that I did not account on, mainly as a result of having opened up these areas here as being open to anyone, even the prisoners. The reason for this is, as this guy here is doing, he's trying to take the back door. Now, this seems innocent enough, taking the back door, but as I found out, quite a few prisoners, particularly those with the clever trait, will actually do this in order to get around this metal detector here. And because of that, they will often smuggle tools in or out of the canteen by taking this back door. So I'm definitely going to have to take these areas and set them to staff only sometime in the future. Which is why during this expansion I'm also going to be working on setting up my janitorial staff for the prison staff only areas. So that said, let's go ahead and start unlocking that in bureaucracy. So let's go ahead, get the maintenance guy started on getting the janitor going. We can hold off on getting a groundskeeper for a while now. And let's see, what else did I want to talk about what I did with the prison since last time? Well, I guess one thing I found out is why the laundry machine was getting so backed up. It's because I needed more ironing boards. So I think it's like 2 ironing boards for every laundry machine, or 3 or something like that. I don't know, honestly. But once I threw another ironing board and 2 down, it did resolve everything, so there's that at least. Aside from that, everything else is mostly cosmetic. I've moved some of the lights around in the rooms in preparation for the jail cells that will go there later. I've added some more phone booths here to resolve a family need. I guess the only thing worth mentioning is that I did actually have an incident happen off-screen, where one prisoner just did not want to wait 4 extra hours for sleep. He was a new guy, basically, so he was already pretty cranky when he arrived, but he didn't want to wait the extra 4 hours, so he basically started beating up his bed. The situation got handled pretty fast, actually, thanks to the guard dogs. Nevertheless, there was an incident, and it was taken care of. I'm not gonna lie. However, it did not actually count as a serious injury or a serious incident, as valuation here will prove. So, no serious injuries, no unsolved murders, no escapes. It wasn't even counted as a time without incident deduction, which is actually kind of cool. Unless that's cumulative, like it doesn't count hours where stuff did happen. I don't know, I honestly don't understand it. But, in any case, while these guys are going to be starting on their work hours soon, let's go ahead and start building in that expansion. So, what I want to build here is basically this whole area here and this area here. The reason I'm building in these areas is because this will give me a permanent place for the laundry room and a permanent place for the workshop. And I especially want to move the workshop away from here and here, because once I put it in here, I can put a metal detector right there, and that ought to tighten up all the contraband issues with the tools. Hopefully. So let's go ahead and start drawing in the foundations. Should just have to drag across here. And right here. That should do it. And I think I'm going to have to put a jail door in here once this gets built. So let's go ahead and speed up time and wait for the workers to get started. Alright, it looks like they're done with the foundations. So all we need to do now is put in a door right here. So, let's see, I should have a spare large jail door. No, I do not. You know what? Let's just buy one anyway. We'll just put it right here, because my idea here is that I want to have a jail door here and a jail door here. So that, should something bad happen, and I should have to go into a lockdown, then this will pretty much separate the entire prisoner wing from everywhere else. And uh-oh. What's this now? Why did you have a screwdriver on you? Actually, why did the dog pick that up? Right, I will say this much. The dogs are not without flaws. Sometimes they will occasionally, like, paw at the ground thinking there's a tunnel, or they'll sniff down a prisoner when he doesn't really have anything. I think this is one of those few times where he sniffed down a prisoner and he actually did have something on him. And what that is warranted is a search of his jail cell now, I think. Well, in any case, he's going to solitary confinement, so there's that. Alright, so we just need to wait for this door to go in, and we'll have this whole area ready to start filling in. Let's see, what else can I do while I'm waiting? Well, we got a cleaning crew now, so I'll probably wait until a little after midnight, after midnight in game to hire him, so that it'll be a little less deduction. So I don't have to pay him too early here. Alright, so now we have all this unlocked in the prison. And we are going to have to start putting some lights in here. Actually, one thing I should do is demolish these walls, because this is supposed to be an open corridor right here. So let's go ahead and start drawing in some brick walls right here. And here. What are you guys doing here? Oh, okay, there's rubble there. That's... okay, I see now. And we're gonna have to get some utilities in here too, so... let's go ahead and drag this cable over. Let's see, how do I have this aligned on the other side? Okay, so we'll just go ahead and drag this all the way down. That's actually probably the better idea anyway, just because we're also going to have to want to put a few extra cables here. And we'll have to put more cables in later for the workbenches and everything, so there's that. Actually, that brings a good point. What's my power looking like? You know, I have plenty of extra money. Let's throw down an extra, where is it? A capacitor. Actually, because we'll be operating a bit... well, it'll be the same heavy machinery, I guess. Oh, well, you know what? We have a little extra money to throw around. Let's just put down another... we'll put down another one, just in case. Best to be a little over-prepared than not. Alright. So as you can kind of see, I've already got the layout of the workshop planned out in my head. Except it all looks like a bunch of walls right now because planning mode is kind of stupid. And when you load a prison from a save file, it converts any object markers to walls. Could use a bit of work, but I'm not complaining too much. So let's see here. Once work hours end, I'm going to have to start taking all of this stuff apart and moving them into this room. That should be my first priority, is just getting the workshop moved out of those areas and getting the metal detector set up. That said, I should actually go ahead and get the metal detector put into place right there. And we'll also need a door. We'll actually need two doors. One, let me rotate this and see what I can do. One here, and one here. Because these are going to be open rooms. We don't really want to keep the prisoners out of here, really. Though there are metal detectors. Then again, I guess if you give them open access during like a riot or something, free access to all the tools. You know, I'm still not terribly concerned, honestly. This might come back to bite me in the butt, but I'm not terribly concerned. So what are you doing? Oh, you're storing license plates. Okay. Well, let's just watch them build then. Ah, nice! We got a nice bit of light in this room now. Alright. This prison's looking all nice and lit up. Why didn't you guys put in these... okay, there are walls going in. I was going to say, why haven't you built those yet? Okay then, so now we have a nice little addition to our building here. And a power cable blocking the way. Here goes the metal detector. And work hours are finally over, so let's go ahead and start dismantling the saws and work presses. As long as we're dismantling them and not dumping them, we won't lose any money. We won't lose any money buying new equipment. So one little light over here in the corner is still off on the... Okay, you know what? That's a ridiculous place to put the light. Let's get rid of these lights. Okay, well, they're going to get rid of these lights already because these guys can ninja. And I guess I should leave this locked open naturally. That should solve that problem there. And I guess there's a different tiling here for some reason. I don't know. We'll leave it there for now. If I had a little extra money, I should have probably considered working on, like, putting in some tile flooring places. That is one of my next major... Ooh, actually, it's eating hour. I should be keeping an eye on the prisoners. Like I said, these guys will actually try to get around this. Actually, wait. Now that I've got a janitorial staff prepared, I don't need to anymore. Let's go ahead and designate these areas here as staff only. Alright. That should take care of that. And now these guys have no choice but to go through the metal detector. I can already see some of them breaking out in a cold sweat already. They were not expecting me to actually close off the back rooms here. Oh ho ho. They're in trouble now. Right, okay. So, they're busy dismantling all this stuff now. Great. Let's see, what else do I need to do? Well, I can leave the laundry room where it is for now, because I've yet to figure out a layout for the new laundry room. And because you can't smuggle any contraband out of there, it's not really a huge issue at the moment. Now, as for what I'll do with these two rooms once I have moved them into this area down here, I think what I'm going to do is take the moving cell and move it into here, and then expand these areas back out into a full set of solitary confinements. Mainly because I've been having a very large number of solitary confinements ever since I decided to do something else concerning contraband. Like I said... Nope, see, there we go. Guy thought he could sneak something out, but he's not going anywhere. Oh, I guess he had a luxury on him. Okay, fine. We'll take your phone then, mister. Where was I just now? For life of me, I cannot remember where I was just now. Let's see, I was gonna... Right, I need more solitary confinement, because one thing I did recently, I looked up some ideas on how to prevent escape tunnels and stuff like that, because I wasn't sure at the time what would cause them. And the way it works... Well, not so much the way escape tunnels work, but one idea that I got from this whole search for how to avoid escape tunnels, and especially with the whole tool scenario that my contraband leak had resulted in, was that every 3 to 4 in-game days, it's a good idea to do a cell block-wide search. Because, although metal detectors and the dogs can probably catch most things coming in and out of your prison, it's still a good idea to do a cell block search every 3 to 4 days, just to turn up anything else. That's pretty much what was recommended, and what I've been using. And it has actually been working out pretty well, in my opinion. Okay, so let's see. I really should start getting back to what I was doing here. Power situation seems to be in check. So let's go ahead and start moving some of these objects in here. So we want... Let's put the workshop saws on the left here. And the benches on the right. Go into utilities. And we want to put a cable here. Go ahead and do this. And that should take care of the power. And also, what I want to do is dismantle these tables. So that I can move them into this room as well. So, let's see. Okay, that's a box. I was gonna say, what were you doing? What were you doing? Alright, tables, tables, tables. I want to wait until they pack up these tables before I place them in. Just to be safe. So I spend as little money as necessary. But my idea is I want to put like 8 tables in here, so that we have a place to put all the license plates and everything. That said, I can probably go ahead and clear these rooms here. They should no longer be treated as workshops. Alright, so now we got another 4,500. I cannot read today, I'm sorry. Admittedly, I've caught a cold or something recently. I've just been really under the weather. So I haven't been feeling that great. Anyway, so we should have those tables soon. I'm guessing the job queue is a little backed up at the moment, which is why they're a little slow to get stuff done at the moment. I could theoretically hire some more Wally workers. Actually, oh, here's a clever idea. Not really clever, but let's dismantle this door as well. Let's take this time now to build in another cell block, because that would kind of be nice to have at this point in time. First, though, how many prisoners I'm going to get tomorrow? 11. Okay, you know what? That's actually very manageable. Let's go ahead and put in another cell block real fast here. So let me pause time so I can work this out. I had already gone ahead and laid out these blueprints here earlier. I think they maybe even fixed it to where it will deduct money in real time now. So, like, it's not gonna, like, put you in the hole if you suddenly have a bunch of deductions later or something. But I could be wrong. Alright, so then we need some beds. Let's see, where are the beds? Beds. Alright, let's rotate this. One there, another there, 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 and there. Okay, and we also need toilets. Here. I'll go ahead and resume time and start taking note of the pipes. Drag this over here. I need to drag a small pipe up through here. A small pipe through here. Unfortunately, I don't think I can recycle these cables. Even if I were to dismantle these, I would not be able to get these cables back. I don't think. If I do that, that is not going to get me back the cables. Pretty sure of it. So let's just sit back a bit and see what's going on. Okay, so they've dismantled those tables. They've dismantled all the tables. Good. Let's go ahead and place those down as well, while they're already pretty taxed from everything else I've been making them do. Let's see. There. Another there. Gonna have to start paying for tables here. But now we have 8 nice tables in the workshop. And I can actually designate this as a workshop now. Where was that again? It was... workshop. Here it is. Alright. I don't know. Things are looking pretty good at the moment, I'd say. Gonna have some more prisoners coming in eventually. Playroom. I should probably turn on... Actually, I should leave it off for now, because I'm actually not guaranteed that these guys are actually going to be able to get all this put in before it's too late. And I haven't even gotten the jail doors yet. Ooh, I forgot about those. Rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. I could theoretically put in another, but I shouldn't, because I'm supposed to be also getting some, janitorial staff. Janitor. Okay. So he costs 500 to hire, and 100 per day. However, if I hire one of these guys, he can clean the staff areas. You know what, we'll get another one. Why not? So now we have 2 janitors, which means these guys can clean the staff-only areas, which means the prisoners are stuck with the rest of the prison. This can totally work out. Alright, what else do I need to do? Still waiting on everything. At this point, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for everything to get put in, just waiting to see what happens. So, let's just time jump ahead and see what what happens.